with a rooster salute. Sunrise paints the fields in gold, hauling dreams down the open road. From barn to blacktop, mile by mile, hard work wears a country smile. Cows and campers, heart in hand, living life by the law of the land. Through rain or shine, we make our way, building tomorrow's 1 mile a day.
Okay. Or okay so, or alright, or I don't know. Something along those lines. I can't remember. We're getting ready to do something here. I have permission to do it. Doesn't mean that you should do it. And I don't want anybody going out there saying, oh, well, that Cows and Campers guy said you could do this or do that. Because you can't, okay? So I want to get the party started off with that. Just because I'm doing it don't mean you should. Doesn't mean you can, okay? But we got a situation with the trailer, okay? Nothing major. It's not like broken, nothing like that. But it needs repair. So part of the deal with Wave is that I am to maintain it. So I'm going to do a little maintenance. This just is what it is. Now, what I'm getting ready to do, not everybody has the ability to do it, all right? So, not everyone should do it. It's kind of a gray area, but I'll show you. And, yeah, we're gonna fix it. I'm not worried about it because I know that I can handle it. Not everybody can. So, do as I say, not as I do. All right? Let's do this. All right. So, what we got here, there's this piece of 4-inch tubing here. I assume that's 4-inch. Hell, I didn't measure it. Anyhow, it's right here on the front of the trailer. So, what has happened is, sweet camera work there, Justin. That weld broke over there, okay? So, I patched it on the road the other day, but I don't like it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that weld out, and I'm going to re-weld it. Probably gonna put a plate across there to kind of hold it together. So, yeah. All right. So I don't know if you can see me or not, but we're gonna take this guy right here out. So, just got some bolts in it. Check out that impact. Look at that. That's a good one right there. It still works, so, you know, yeah. All right, I'm gonna save you the luxury of watching me take all the bolts out. We're gonna take this guy here, we're gonna get him out of the way. Okay, so, yeah. So, right here is where it's broken. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna cut this weld right here, right? And I'm gonna cut this weld right here, and I'm gonna get rid of it. Then I'm gonna take a piece of angle, I'm gonna set it in there like that, okay? You're gonna fill all that up with weld all the way around, okay? Now then, got these pieces of flat bar here. I'm gonna lay them in there like that. Something along those lines. And then I'm gonna weld all the way down both sides of that and strengthen that up. I suspect that the problem is, I don't know. Here's what I think, okay? The winch is right there, and you can see the winch line comes down and goes right through this roller, and this roller is welded on this piece right here. So what I think is happening is when you get some tension on that cable, I think it's pulling on this guy here and trying to like twist it. Okay. So the best I can tell, that's what's going on. So before it rips completely out of there, we're going to brace it up, and maybe that'll keep it. Because see, what happens is this cable, you know, it's out here, right? So what that does is gives it leverage against this piece of, you know, tubing. So it wants to like rotate. So I think that's the problem, and I'm going to repair it. All right, so I'm going to do it my way. I don't give a shit what anybody says, all right? It's unplugged, okay? So, daggone. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to start with one of these guys, okay? That goes on there, maybe. Got to take the old one off first. It helps. So I'm gonna start with a cutoff wheel, okay? Everybody's got their own opinion on how to do this, all right? I'm gonna cut long side of that weld this way and this way, all right? I'm gonna blast it out of there. And then I'm gonna take a regular grinding disc and I'm gonna make it smooth. First things first though, I gotta cut that shit out of there. We're dealing with a shitty weld. That's what the problem is. So it needs to go, all right? So we're gonna cut that out, and then we're gonna come back in and clean it up, get all the paint and shit off of it with one of these guys here, all right? So I'm gonna set you up on a time lapse, and you can watch me go at it, all right? I'm not good at time lapses. I don't know what the camera work's gonna be, but it's just gonna be like everything else that I do. So watch me screw this all up. All right, let's do it. All right, we got that all ground down. I don't know how well you can see it, but so I got a big notch cut in here, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill that full of weld, and then I'm gonna grind it smooth. Excuse me. And then we're gonna take that and we're gonna stick it right on there like that. And it's gonna come clear down to here. So one thing when you're welding stuff like this is you wanna make sure you get all the paint off and get it good and clean. So probably should have got some paper towel, but we got all that paint ground off there. And I couldn't get up in here with a grinder just because this piece is here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna weld here, and I'm gonna weld here, over here. All you can see is my arm, but I'm gonna weld over here, I'm gonna weld over here, across here, and all the way across there. And then I'm gonna put another one over here on the back side. So hopefully that'll kind of keep that from wanting to rotate. I get all that done, I'm probably gonna come over here and lay a piece across here. We're just gonna have to see on time, but for today, for right now, we gotta get this fixed, because you can see that's all cracked out. So yeah, we gotta do something different. Okay, I'm gonna set you up, probably on a time lapse again. I know. All right, let's do it. All right, stacking dimes right there, boys. See, we got a big, thick, nice weld in there. So what I've done here is I've laid down a root pass, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna lay a pass right along there, all the way down to the end, and then I'm gonna turn around, I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna lay another one right across there, right across the top of that. I'm gonna fill all that in real nice like. So, yeah, she's coming along. So, it don't look too bad for a dumb farmer. Stacking dimes, stacking dimes. So, and I'll fill that right there in. But, yeah, that's gonna beef that up a lot. So I decided to go ahead and step this over right here so I get the corner of this piece burned in there real good, melted in real nice. And I'll probably come back and I'll throw another pass around there and another one up through there. Just fill all that in and get it good and hot and really stick it. And then we'll come back here and do the same. So, all right, I got some welding to do. If you guys leave me alone, it'd be nice. All right. Okay, so there it is. We got her all stuck together. She's pretty hot right now. I probably wouldn't go touching it, but we'll go along. Stuff like that right there. I want to put my finger on it, but I know it's cooking hot. We'll kind of take a grinder, slick that off. Same thing along here. These corners, and cut this off right there, just like that. Get it all nice and smooth and looking professional. And then we'll throw a coat of paint on it, but it is cooking right now. So it just needs a little toucher upper. That's probably overdoing it, but I'm not interested in repairing it a second time. So we're gonna go with that, I think. I don't think I'm gonna do anything over there. I think I'm gonna let that be. Just because there's wires and whatnot over there. Not that I'm lazy, but I really don't want to have to pull those wires to get them back so we don't get them on fire. So we're gonna leave that alone. It's not a problem right now. The problem was over here. So if that over there becomes a problem, then we'll do the same thing over there that we did over here. So, yeah. Okay, so we got that cross member back in there. I ground on it. I shot it with a coat of self-etching primer. That'll kind of help with the rust and whatnot. We'll let that dry a few minutes. And then I got some Rust-Oleum black paint. That's what I have on the shelf. That's what I'm going to use just because that's what I got. So we're going to get her painted up. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but it's going to be better than what it was. All right. Well, there's the finished product. They don't look too terrible. Is it perfect? No. Is it fixed? You betcha. And it's shiny black, just like it was. So, yeah. There you go. Another one in the books. Did I want to do it? No. Did I have to do it? You betcha. So, just got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? Right. Okay. So, if you have a trailer that you've rented, it's not a good idea to just go welding on it like that, okay? Now, there's liability reasons and whatnot, but I got permission to do it before I did it. It was broken on the road, and I found it on my pre-trip, and I knew I needed to do something about it, okay? So I made a repair that I didn't like it, okay? But it got me back on the road in such a fashion where I would pass a DOT inspection, okay? So I want to be real clear that, if you rent one of these trailers from Wave and you got to do some work to it, that you need to get permission before you do it. Don't just go at it, okay? So, I just want to I want to be clear about that, that you need to tell them what you're up to and keep them in the loop of what you got to do. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make the magic happen, right? So in this case, it's kind of what we had to do. So I didn't like what I did, so I fixed it how I thought would work, and it will. It's going to help it a lot. We really strengthened that up. So I just want to be clear about that. Don't just go working on one of these trailers without telling them what you're up to, okay? All right, so there was more questions. Now, so Wave owns trailers, okay, and you can rent them, and they have all kinds of them, okay? So these trailers, like what I've got, they rent for about $600 a month. I got some notes here on a scrap piece of paper. So a trailer like mine, $600 a month. You can pull one of these trailers non-CDL. You don't have to have a CDL. You don't have to have a dually. But the GVRW on the truck that you're using needs to be a less than 11,000. Now, I don't know if they have any of them available right now. They only have a limited number of these type of trailers. So, don't just inundate them on questions. I genuinely don't know if they have one. I kind of think they don't. And then you have to carry your insurance on it, and you have to carry $35,000 worth of coverage on it. So anyhow, there was another question about the GVRW of this trailer, and I went over it in the last video, and I said it was 6810. So in the shop here, I've got a good shot of it, and I'll show you, all right? Okay, so this is me, excuse me, admitting I was wrong in the last video. The 6810 is kilograms. The GVRW is 15,000 pounds. So, I was wrong. But, man, that camera's shaking around a lot. Sorry. Yeah, so in order to run this trailer non-CDL, your truck has to be 11,000 pound GVRW or less to run it. So this is me fixing my mistake. I was wrong. It is 15,000 pounds. So anyhow, there you go. Okay, so what else was there? I don't remember. I gotta look at my list. So they also have big step decks, which is kind of like a semi-trailer that you pull with. You can pull it with a semi, or you can pull it with a pickup truck, but it has to have a bed delete. So the rent on those ranges anywhere from $300 to $600 a month, depending on the age or whatever. I don't know. You got to talk to them, okay? And the insurance coverage on them, depending on the age and the model and whatnot, ranges anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000. It just depends on what you're working with. So, the trailers, they come with most of the equipment necessary. Now, if it's an older trailer and it's been on the road, it's just all about what's in the toolboxes on the trailer. If it's got the equipment in it, it's got it in it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is. Some of them are fully loaded and ready to go, and some of them aren't, I guess. I don't know. Mine was ready to rock and roll. It had everything that you needed to do the job. So, yeah. You got to take care of all the maintenance. Just like fixing this here, whether I did it or somebody else did it, I'm going to have to deal with it. It just is what it is. So, and then if you're going to pull one with a semi-truck, you got to have one that will run electric brakes, because all the trailers have electric over hydraulic brakes. All right, so I'm thinking, sorry, I should have had this all planned out, but I don't have a script. I'm just doing what I do, okay? I am enjoying it, okay? I like the challenge. It's more work, which is fine. It gets you out of the truck, gets you moving around. You got to use your brain a little bit, think about what you're doing, and make adjustments on the fly accordingly, okay? I really like the fact that I am getting a backhaul every single time, and that is paying for my fuel. And so basically the way it's working out is that my backhauls with the cars is paying for my fuel for the whole trip and my expenses. And I'm essentially what I make from the campers, I'm getting to keep all of it. That's just how it's been working. Now, I may have a breakdown or need to buy tires or brakes or something, and that may change. But so far, that's the way it's been working. And I've really been enjoying it. It's been working out really well for me. So, yeah, if you're interested in multi-haul, just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off and let her have it. You're going to make more money, okay? I don't look at this job as a vacation where I just get to travel around and see the country. This is a job, and I am attempting to make a living doing it. And the more money I can make, the better off I'm going to be long term, because I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I want to hang out at home, okay? I don't want to live on the road. It sucks. But the way I look at it, the faster you can make more money, the faster you can be done and you can retire. Okay? That's my goal. So, anyhow, if you want to work for Wave Express or you want to do multi-haul for Wave, why, look them up. I'll put the website in the picture here, and there'll be a link or whatever for Wave Express. You can use me as a reference or not. Don't care. And then if you are going to use me as a reference, or you have questions or whatever, you want more information, I'll help you. I really will. I've helped a lot of guys, and I'll continue to do so. But anyhow, just hit me up. Email me, cowsandcampers@mail.com. And we'll put that, it's in the description or the thing, whatever it is. Okay? And, yeah. Go check out the MrPickupTrucker Podcast. It's pretty good. It's getting better. We're getting better at it. So anyhow, thanks for watching. And, yeah. We're going to go to Georgia. Maybe I'll video that trip. So, anyhow, later, baiters. Thanks for watching. See ya.